How do you get a pardon in Canada? How do you get a pardon in Ontario? That's what I'm going to cover in this video. I'm Dan Joffe, lawyer at NextLaw, Canada's only law firm dedicated to pardons and U.S. waivers. Let's get your application done right. Let's get it done at a reasonable cost. At our law firm, we know that a pardon is important because a criminal record is a big obstacle to employment, travel, and volunteer work. Here are 5 things you need to know about how to get a pardon in Canada. 1. Apply to the Parole Board of Canada. To get a pardon, you need to apply to the Parole Board of Canada. The Parole Board of Canada is the only government body responsible for granting pardons, now called record suspensions. And you apply to the Parole Board of Canada regardless of which city or province you live in now, and regardless of which province or city you committed the offense for which you want a pardon. Bottom line, if you want to get a pardon in Ontario or want to get a pardon in Canada, you must apply to the Parole Board of Canada. 2, make sure you're eligible before applying. The Parole Board of Canada has strict rules that define when you can get your pardon. Generally, the rules state that you must have completed your sentence in full, including paying all fines. And then you need to wait. And during this waiting period, you need to stay out of trouble. This waiting period ranges anywhere from 3 to 5 years for summary offenses. These are less serious offenses such as a DUI, assault, or theft under. And for more serious offenses known as indictable offenses, the waiting period may be longer, up to 10 years, depending on when the offense took place. If you apply before you are eligible, the Parole Board of Canada will reject your application. 3, how to apply for a pardon in Canada. Go to the Parole Board of Canada website and get the Record Suspension Application Guide. Getting your pardon involves 3 basic steps. First, get your criminal record from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. That process starts by getting your fingerprints taken from an accredited fingerprinting service. Second, get court information for each of your convictions. And third, get your local police record check for each place where you have lived in the last 5 years. Gather all that documentation, complete the record suspension application form, pay the $50 processing fee, and finally, mail the application to the Parole Board of Canada. 4, how long does it take to get a Canadian pardon? There are 2 important timelines to get your pardon. First is the time the Parole Board takes to process your application. For less serious offenses, it's within 6 months. For more serious offenses, it's within 12 months. If the Parole Board of Canada intends to deny your application, that timeline extends to 24 months. The second important timeline is the time it takes to prepare your pardon application. There are lots of moving parts associated with the documentation preparation process. That preparation can take anywhere from 3 months to 12 months. And we recommend that you start preparation at least 1 year before you are eligible. 5, you don't need to hire a lawyer or pardon service. There is no requirement from the Parole Board of Canada to hire a lawyer or pardon service to help you with your application. You can complete the record suspension application on your own. Pay close attention to the instructions on the Parole Board of Canada's website. Finally, the biggest success factor in getting your pardon or U.S. waiver is getting your application right. Mistakes can cost you time and in some cases rejection. We are Canada's only law firm dedicated to pardons and U.S. waivers. Let's get your application done right for a reasonable cost. Click on the link below to schedule a free no obligation call.